are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
He's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. The Chargers at 8-4 now on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, Kamara able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Complete. It's Dotson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. In motion goes the tight end. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. On 1st and 10, McCartney. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Jahan Dotson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Looking to throw. McCartney. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
So, tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So, a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, LA! Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
(21-0) our score after 1. Second and 6. Back to throw. McCartney forced out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on third down, good for 28. A 10th carry for Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert complete. Smith has it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. To throw again on second down. Herbert under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Now it's Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, he'll take that every single time.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Shoves him away. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try the right side here, Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Looking to throw. McCartney. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the 3rd quarter is underway. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. McCartney going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Throwing on first down. McCartney. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Barkley, inside handoff. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
2nd down. Here's Barkley again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Charger drive about to get going.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got room.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 162 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his third touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Carlson on for the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Next to score, Chargers 20, Patriots 16.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Play action. McCartney, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Step, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you didn't mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. The 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Patriots. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again.
193 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. He's going to look deep down the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Patriots are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Back to throw. McCartney.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call. They were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. McCartney.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He's got it to Williams. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Kamara up the middle. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Patriots use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here, I would imagine? On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Patriots 41, Chargers 31.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Herbert. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Herbert to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Pats, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3.
10.